Didn't quite get the big slurping sound that I was going for there. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the crypto market update. Jack Skellington edition. Today is December 4th, right? Yeah, December 4th, 2024. Easily how I can forget that in just a few moments. Hopefully, everybody is doing fantastic wherever you happen to be in the world and however you happen to be watching this fine program this morning. Whether you're watching us on YouTube, Rumble, or X, shout out to you guys. Hopefully you're doing great. We've got a great show for you guys today. Bitcoin making some moves, Ethereum making the most moves, and Solana, well, pushing to the downside. Of course, in today's episode, we're going to be covering Bitcoin, Doge, Solana, Ethereum, and XRP. Lower time frames, higher time frames, getting our game plans. We're also going to go over the broader altcoin markets, and I'm talking everything from Pulse Chain to Base, baby. It's all happening here. All happening here. Woo! This is a great coffee. Hold on. I had to go to the bank for 30 minutes, and I rewarded myself with a vanilla and lavender latte. Don't knock it until you try it. It's the greatest thing. A little lavender cold foam on top. It's absolutely fantastic. All right. Before we begin, of course, get the normal stuff out of the way. If you find value in this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Drop us a follow on X or Rumble if you happen to be watching on those fine platforms. It helps us out more than you could possibly imagine. It is the single greatest thing you can do to help this show grow and help more people experience real success in the cryptocurrency markets and not fall for random pump and dump Telegram schemes. This is my goal in life, is to help you get success in the markets and not fall prey to the common scams, the common tactics, the common emotional problems that you are going to encounter when you begin treating trading seriously, when you treat trading like a business, when it is not just some get rich quick scheme for you. I have been doing this since 2016, and I've been able to achieve success because of long-term thinking and sustainable discipline. All right, not 100x long on PopCat, although you might want a 100x long PopCat. But we'll get to that in just a second. Also, we have our Christmas season trading competition going on right now live on ByDFi, $2,000 prize pool. And we are going to add $100 for every $1 million in trading volume. That is the second link in the description, wherever you happen to be watching us. Pinned comment on Twitter, on X, excuse me. So definitely go take advantage of that. Top 5 traders will share 80% of the prize pool, and then the other 20% of the prize pool will be distributed randomly to any individual trader with over $100 in trading volume. So sign up to ByDFi. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it, and take place in our trading competition. All right, let's get right to the markets, guys. Shout outs to Esther Crypto Mikado. We've got Kristen. Oh, excuse me. That's actually Hudson Nitten. We've got Alex. Good to see you guys. M3TZ124. Good to see you guys as well. Shout outs to you. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. We've got an interesting kind of setup here on BTC. And let's just get right into it. I can't find PopCat on ByDFi. It's pretty sure it's there. Let me double check something on my end. They do not have the derivative listed for PopCat. Is it on spot? POP. Yeah, you can buy it spot. You can buy it spot. 0% fees on ByDFi. They do not have the derivatives enabled yet so far. And I don't blame them. I don't think a lot of people have PopCat enabled, but potential Coinbase listing. So that is kind of the what we swang into just a couple of days ago. And PopCat's up nicely since we entered. All right, let's get right in. A lot to talk about today. But I want a 100x. I want to do it. 'Tis the season. Rudy LaPlane, blast from the past. Good to see you, my friend. It has been a while. Glad to see you, my friend. Chart request, ESS. I got you, man. That is on the list. All right, let's start off as we are wont to do. Bitcoin, we are currently trading, actually currently dumping right now, 94,914, breaking down below the 4-hour guppy EMA bands right here. We do have, and this is important, we've got a potential setup right now. We do have this potential kind of meso time frame, inverted head and shoulders forming. What needs to happen is support needs to hold right here. Support needs to hold right here. We need to not dump. We need to get bought up like right now. That might not happen. Looking at the 10, looking at the 30, looking like we might be intensifying. All right. Thrusting intensifies. You know what I'm saying? But If we can reverse right here and then break the neckline at about $97,000, I think we'll finally have the momentum to fly up to 100,000 and above. All right, big question, as you guys know, I've got the daily short on. I've held the daily short. Why have I held the daily short? Why? Because we've got this Adam and Eve reversal pattern, right? V bottom top, rounded top, usually not good, but okay. But we're in a bull market. We don't necessarily want to be bearish all the time. We don't want to be calling those bottoms all the time. We don't want to be calling tops all the time in the market. It is an easy way to go broke in a bull market. So 9 times out of 10, you're just better leaving all the fancy analysis on the table, forgetting all the armchair trading, and just simply trading in the direction of the dominant trend, which is to the upside. But I do have the daily short on because I am a technical trader and I do see this pattern that I've seen play out so many times. And as we've said, we were expecting a potential dump on Thanksgiving. We didn't get that. Here we are. Not even a week later, and we still have that threat of moving down to 85,000, moving down to 75,000, having this. Guys, it's easy to forget. It's easy to forget. It has only been 3 weeks since the election. All right, give or take. It's only been about 3 weeks, 4 weeks since the election. So the entire market started pumping on November 5th, like the day of the election, November 6th, the day the final results were in. And I mean, they started pumping prior to this. All right, and this is because of the pro-crypto attitude that this new administration is bringing into the United States of America. And it is going to lead the world in being pro-crypto for the rest of the world. And now that prices have pumped up nicely, now that everything's made its first big move to the upside, now all the retail's coming in, now all the normies are coming in. This is what we've been waiting for. A lot of OGs are selling right here. That's fine. Screw them. It's our time. We're going to get a pullback because the OGs are going to want to rotate out. Not all the OGs, but the sharks. They're going to want to rotate out because price is up for them super nicely. But you have to understand that if we're going to have the strongest bull market that we've ever had, because we've never had these kind of tailwinds before ever in Bitcoin or crypto's life ever. It's never happened before. We've never been in bed with the US government. This is good news. We're seeing all the dinosaur coins pump. All the coins that people thought were dead are pumping. But we are going to get a big pullback, 30 to 40% across the board. Probably worse for the lower cap altcoin. Solana's already getting crushed. So we're already starting to see capital rotate out. We haven't seen wide scale movements back into USDT. That hasn't happened yet, but we do need to constantly be on the alert. And the biggest question that we need to ask ourselves, maybe the biggest gamble that we can take right now in our investing careers, is if we dip 30 to 40%, do we mortgage the house and go gig along in anticipation of the most bullish year we might have ever seen in 2025? Or is this going to be like every other cycle where when some of the old hands decide to rotate out and take profits because they're only up like 500% on all their investments, is that the top of the market? I don't think so. I think we get a fantastic 2025, and that is the risk I'm willing to take. That's what I signed up for. Let's do this. All right, back to Bitcoin. Trends: bearish 5-minute trend, bearish 10-minute trend, indecisive 30-minute trend, bullish 4-hour trend. We are currently attempting to get bought up at that level of support that I talked about. We can see price slowing down right now. Again, the most critical thing we need to see probably over the next 24 to 48 hours is to see, like I said, if this something of an inverted head and shoulders plays out. We've got strong support right here at approximately $95,000. So if this support level holds and we can rally back up, we can kind of move back up into the value area high of the day and break above resistance, about 1 standard deviation of VWAP, break above point of control, which is currently acting as resistance, then we are going to push up. We'll finally generate that momentum to push up. If we take just a measured move, no, not magnet mode. I don't like magnet mode. But if we just take a measured move from here to here, that's 3% to the upside. So if we can break that neckline, all right, then we can move 3% to the upside, which is going to be 99,341. All right. I think if we get at this point, having now descended down and formed a higher low and trying to grind back up higher, if we can push it back up to 99, we're going to 100K. Enthusiasm is going to take us all the way. Don't worry about it. All right. But until then, as I said, we put on the short in this range as price was failing to actually maintain and was running into resistance here. I'm going to hold that daily short open no matter what. I'm either going to get stopped out on it. That's fine. But I'm also going to take long risk to the upside. This is why you put your account on hedge mode. That's just my personal strategy because I like to trade Bitcoin. I primarily on futures just trade Bitcoin. I don't often trade too many other things on leverage. I mostly just trade altcoins on spot. All right. Because it's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about market maker shenanigans, all of the rest. But you guys do you. You guys do you. Of course, we do call, as you guys can see, no, not that one. Come on. As you guys can see, for those of you, obviously, who are in the group, and that's fine. And for those of you following me on X and in the Discord, you guys know that I post on X and Discord a truncated version of my morning report and evening report every single day. So every single day, the members of the Crypto Trading Academy get this daily report where I go over all the key levels, all the trends, what my strategy is intraday. This is what I cover in the mornings. And in the evenings, I cover longer term swing trades. So you can see I cover every single day Solana, XRP, Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then I cover all of the low caps and exactly what I'm thinking, what I've positioned, how I've rotated my assets. And again, this covers everything from Base to Solana to Pulse Chain and everything in between. So anyways, let's get back into it. Like I said, we talked about our trends, key levels for the day. We've got the point of control acting as our first level of resistance right now, around 95,944. So again, about 96,000. We do need to break above that. That's right where VWAP is as well, $96,000.42. Our value area high is going to be 96,770 to 97,440. So a good trade of the day. As you can see, we are consolidating in the value area low right now. Just a good risk to reward trade would be taking the position here and trying to take price back up above resistance to value area high. We do have probably, like I said, the most important short-term level of resistance is going to be about 96,227, which is basically, as you can see, just slightly above VWAP and the point of control. This is kind of the neckline of this inverted head and shoulders pattern. I mean, we could, of course, come up here and say it's like 97,000, 98,000, whatever. But what I'm basically saying is that now that we've put in a higher low and a slight reversal pattern, if we can now break back up here, if we're above 96,000, if we're above 97,000 in particular, I think we're going to zoom. I think we're going to zoom. All right, let's see here. I see a chart request for proxy. So much chatting intensifies. Alex, if I didn't shout you out, shout outs to you, my friend. Bought $1,000 of PopCat, good for you. Yes to crypto, good trade. Chart request for proxy. Chase Sommer, good to see you, my friend. I am all in on proxy. My first time being in before a massive warrant. Hell yeah, dude. F1 says it would be like I am waiting to go more low and never buy. Cryptonomics, good to see you, man. Nitin Soki, BTC reversing up. Gosh, I hope so. Felipe, good to see you, my brother. Whale sell off first week of January to get 16 months to pay taxes. Pullback for sure. Yeah, so it's coming. But historically, December is generally one of the most bullish months for crypto. All right. November is usually not a great gainer month, although we had a fantastic November because of the election tied to the 4-year cycle, the halving cycle. But December is historically a great gainer month. Again, we have to understand everything might be out of the window, right? Bitcoin might have achieved this escape velocity relative to the 4-year debt cycle that we're unburdened by what has been, if you pick up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? So it is possible that things are going to be dramatically different. And we've got all the retail, all the normies aping in right now. So we don't really want to be that bearish. The money, I don't think is on the way to the downside. I think the majority of the money is on the way to the upside. If MicroStrategy buys around 95K, then I do too. In Michael Saylor, we believe, man. Let's see here. Capital is too spread out, though. We have 1,000x more coins than in 2021. The 10x will be very rare, in my opinion. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Felipe, how much is it to get into the academy? It's currently $180 per USD per month. Do get a discount if you purchase the annual, and again, $180. If you have a $5,000 to $10,000 account and you have a profitable trade from one of our signals, people typically are able to pay that within one trade. So you just have to obviously take the chance. Get in there, see the analysis, see the skills. We teach you how to build a strategy. And if your life is better for being in there, if you're able to catch more trades, if you're able to spot more trends, if you're able to benefit from the wisdom of the group and everything that we provide, then it makes more sense to be in there than not. Please share your view on Amit. Good to see you, my friend. And just a point of clarification, I am not Yes to Crypto. Yes to Crypto is just a good friend of the channel, and he has been very kind in sharing us around on Farcaster. And I will take a look at Henlo for you. So we have Henlo, Proxy, and ESS that we'll be looking as soon as we get to chart requests. But thank you so much for joining, my friend. that pretty much covers Bitcoin overall. Not a big deal. As far as the daily goes, we are consolidating right around that 10 DEMA, which is kind of beautiful to see. That's our aggressive pullback zone. And kind of like I've said, when we're seeing these really bullish trends, what is going to happen is, and you know, we'll see this when we look at things like XRP, when we look at Ethereum, when we look at Solana, Doge, when the daily, and this is specific to the daily, on the daily right now, the EMAs that I've got, this works really well for me in previous bull markets, is the 10, 30, 50. Those are all EMAs, and then the 200 SMA. This is how I recommend setting up your daily time frame chart. And then pretty much I'm just using the Guppy indicator. This is from Chris Moody. It's not even my indicator. So shout outs to him. You guys can use my EMA script for free. You just search for cracking cryptocurrency EMA on TradingView. It's a free indicator. Anybody can use it. And you can get your EMAs nice and fanned out like this, adjust them however you want. But again, I just like the 10, the 30, and the 50 EMA during roaring bull markets, and the 200 SMA just for reference point. Also, same thing on the 4-hour time frame, none of that changes. When we're in bear markets or we're in consolidation, I do prefer the fib levels, as I've said before. So the 13, 21, and 55. But like I said, right now, my back testing shows that these have better predictive capacity and they're better pullback zones. So again, when we see kind of price diverge far away from our 10 DEMA, our 10 daily exponential moving average, it will often go sideways until the 10 DEMA catches up with price. And then that gives it an excuse like, it's okay, cool, we've caught up with the average, and then price pumps again. So we're seeing we're seeing a change of character here, right? Where we have put in a lower high. We have not yet put in a lower low. All right. Lower low would be putting us down to the 30 DEMA around 89,000. But I think if we go to the 30 DEMA, we're most likely going to the 50 DEMA around 85. I think 85 has the strongest support. Felipe says, I can attest that Justin is not yes to crypto. It is true. It is true. I am not. All right. All right, sorry. Let's get the music bumping. Please let me know if it's too loud, guys. I did make a slight adjustment. I bumped it up on listening back to yesterday's stream. I figured it could use a little boost, but you guys let me know. All right, so that's over. Oh, sorry. So strategy for Bitcoin today. Again, like I said, we've got an opportunity here. You know, I think we can be buyers right about here. We do want this kind of level to hold, though. We want 95,000 to hold. As you can see on the 4-hour time frame, overall, like even though I talked about we've got this potential inverted head and shoulders, breaking the neckline would be very bullish to the upside. So the most opportune time to buy is obviously when price is at support. All of that is true. However, let's not forget the V-top, rounded top, Adam and Eve reversal pattern that we've got going on here. If that does end up playing out, which so far right now it is playing out textbook, that is going to be sending price down to about 85,000. All right. So again, my recommended strategy right now is holding spot. We should not be talking about selling spot until the cycle's over, and the cycle isn't over. But as far as putting on some positions, you could open up a relatively low leverage short, something like a 3x leverage short, managing your risk at about 90 at approximately 100,000. All right, just to put on the initial stop loss, and then be targeting that move down to 85,000. Then on the meso timeframes, just set your account on hedge mode in BYDFi or whatever perpetual exchange you happen to be using. You'll be able to trade long and short simultaneously. You can have that daily swing position open and then continue to speculate to the upside. All right. And just as classically, the way that professional traders do it, the way that I do it, is when we have two legs of a trade on. So if we have a hedged position, we're long and short simultaneously. Well, we're going to end up scaling out of the losing position as we start to see the market clearly favor one or the other of our positions, right? So again, if we put on the long here and we have the short, as price starts to break through these resistances, we're slowly going to start scaling out of our short and adding to the long position is the proper way to do it. And you could do that indefinitely, right? There's lots of traders will do this on cross mode. I highly recommend that you probably want to be very good at doing this because you can get wrecked using cross mode. Isolated mode is much safer and better for newer traders. But essentially, this is how a lot of traders just do it long term. You know what I mean? They will just always have hedged positions on, and they will just increase the winning position and decrease the losing position. Sometimes they'll be full naked in one direction, and then let's say price gets to a level of resistance or looks like it's pausing out. Well, they'll start scaling out of the long and adding to the short, and this is just this continual process. This is how professional hedge funds and prop traders tend, well, not necessarily prop traders because they're usually sharks, but this is how professional wealth management firms will do this, right? With all assets, right? They always have their trades adjusted, and whenever they have strong signals that the market is going to move strongly in one direction or is moving strongly in one direction because price is the best indicator, they will just add to that position and increase risk. But they always keep the option to just, continue continue balancing the scales. Now, continue balancing the scales. Now, continue balancing the scales. 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 Continue balancing F1 says, in some countries, just cross is allowed. That is a problem on Binance. Yeah, I agree. Yes, but have we ever been seen together, right? Like, hey, you guys can't see me typing. You don't know. Maybe I am yes to crypto, right? All right, let's get to Ethereum, kind of the most exciting asset of the day. As far as Ethereum goes, we can see, obviously, you guys can see the trade setup that I propositioned for the group last night. Yesterday, Monday, I can't remember exactly when I put this on, but we did have the ETH swing long. We just bought the pullback to the 4-hour buy zone, as I've continually been recommending you. Good morning to you, Timmy. Guys, when we're in a bull market, if you want a simple strategy, get on the 4-hour time frame, put the guppy EMA script on your chart, and just buy pullbacks to the guppy. Okay, you're not going to win every single trade, but you're going to win more often than you lose. You can see it's the same concept as the 10 DEMA on the daily time frame. All right, look right here. Buy every pullback. Just do it. Just do it. Stop overthinking it. Stop overthinking it. Buy pullbacks when price is bullish. All right. Overall, we've had a beautiful movement, new local high, new local swing high for Ethereum. Our new local swing high is going to be $3,858.19. I'm pretty sure we're going to be hitting 4K probably before the end of the week. This looks incredibly good. I don't see why we would not, with everything else hitting new ATHs. And it's really nice to see Ethereum finally pony up and actually perform. Things felt a little like indecisive here because we had like this initial pump and then everything, and it was like, oh, Ethereum's dead, blah, 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 blah. But that now finally Ethereum has finally moved in our favor, and it's lovely to see. We have a bullish 5-minute trend, a bullish 10-minute trend, a bullish 30-minute trend, and a very bullish 4-hour trend, bullish daily trend, as well, of course, bullish weekly trend. Key levels on the daily. We can see the price has pulled back from that new swing high, and it's currently consolidating at that new point of control at approximately $3,785.31. VWAP's directly below us at 3,736, so it has been acting as support. If we do, and of course that's the 10-minute buy zone as well. So if we end up failing the 10-minute buy zone and we end up trading below 3,738, then we're going to come back down to the 30-minute buy zone, where we do have strong support, approximately 3,692. We could look for a potential bounce from there. Yeah, overall pretty simple. Value area low on the daily is going to be 3,594 to 3,663. Value area high is 3,808 to 3,877. And we just breached and spent quite a bit of time in the value area high. So probably intraday, the best trade is probably going to be looking for the rejection from the POC and maybe moving down here to 3,696. I mean, that was a hell of a move. We'll see how aggressive price wants to be, but for now I'm simply just going to continue to hold my certainly my Ethereum. This isn't even my big picture setup. This is just the 4-hour trade that I posted for the group the other day. We also are in the daily swing long, and we've already hit, I think, 2 take profit targets there. Felipe asks, Justin, if I join the academy, you teach me everything from the beginning? Yes. So we have the Crypto Trading Academy is not just a private group where you'll be able to chat and post messages and read my reports. You also get access to our website academy, which is all in Kajabi. So we have, just show you real quick. Go over here to all courses. You can access all of our coursework directly from our web. Why does it always do this to me? Why does it always do this to me? Hold on a second. I'll just show you from my admin side. So you'll be able to access all of our courses directly from Kajabi. The main thing, you want to start with Intro to Pathways to Profit. This is a relatively easy you can finish this in maybe a day or two. But basically an Intro to Pathways to Profit, you're just going to learn, my philosophy behind trading, my opinions on reversal trading versus trend following trading, how to build an if this then that strategy, why the concept of this if this then that is very important, the difference between professional traders and retail traders, and why retail traders tend to lose money. So this is just kind of an introductory course to give you my philosophy, the way that I approach trading. And then after you finish with that, you'll really get into the meat and potatoes, which is our Pathways to Profit course. We've been teaching this course since 2018. And this is the course. It is beefy. Hold on. It's very beefy. All right, so this is just module 1, where you'll learn to find the first component of your strategy. Module 2, where you'll learn the third component. Module 3, third component, obviously. Fourth component, how to exit trades, how to put the finishing touches on, fail-safe exits, continuation trades, and then how to take your strategy and actually get into live trading. So you will learn everything from the beginning. You don't even ever have had to trade for this to work. We've had people come in that have been trading for years, and unfortunately, often when that happens, I kind of have to teach them to unlearn everything they know, because usually the people who want this course, who have been trading for a long time, are just lucky gamblers. We actually have a lot more success with people who are kind of relatively newer, because we don't have to like unprogram their brains. And then masterclass, or excuse me, our course on risk management, introduction to crypto trading, and then all of our master classes, which these are all just deep dives into everything from advanced trading strategies, advanced technical analysis, advanced indicators, trading psychology, DeFi trading, exchange tutorials, forex tutorials, stock market tutorials. So everything. Tried to make it as pretty comprehensive. This is my life's work, man. This is my life's work since 2016. I just put it all in there. Okay. Guys, I think I'm getting a cold. I'm not gonna lie. As some of you might know this, but I live in a relatively rural area. I live in a very small town. Love it. And so, but you know, to like go to like, you know, Shields, or to go to like, you know, well, even Walmart, I gotta go, you know, I gotta drive a little bit to get to the city. And that's fine. I like driving. But I went up to a bigger city, Waterloo, Iowa, and I went shopping at Shields. And I'm pretty sure that I didn't wash my hands enough, because as soon as I got home, my throat felt scratchy. And it doesn't feel like that bad of a cold, you know what I mean? But we're gonna see. We're gonna do this. I will ask this. You probably have answered this many times. Why do I sell courses if you were already trading yourself? I'll give you I can give you I can give you a variety of answers. One, I started live streaming for the same reason that Crown says he started live streaming, because I went full-time into trading in 2018. I left my full-time job. I started trading full-time in 2018. I had already been trading crypto since 2016. And so in 2018, I started trading full-time, and I was just in front of my computer for like hours and hours and hours a day. And it's kind of boring and lonely and isolating. So I started live streaming just so that I could have somebody to talk to. And that kind of took off, and we were really popular. Our live stream was very popular. We used to have like 100 people in here. We've had thousands of people on the live stream at one time, from like 2018 to 2020. And then I had some life circumstances that happened in 2020, and I've been pretty inconsistent over the last couple of years with streaming. And I have made for lots of various reasons, and everyone in the group kind of knows this, I've talked about this a lot, but over the last couple of years, I've really, I don't know, a lot of positive things have happened in my life, for example, with my faith, with my family, and I just have a little bit of a renewed purpose in life. And one thing I'm very proud of is that in previous bull markets, I have developed a really good track record and a lot of great friends from giving good advice, teaching people to focus on the fundamentals, and kind of restraining people from unrelenting, like unchecked gambling and risk, because I've seen too many people get wrecked. So I enjoy doing what I do. I think I make a positive impact in people's lives. It makes me feel good as a person. I get a good, I get good dopamine vibes from it. It makes me want to get up in the morning, and it makes me want to do this stream. And it's a little bit more fulfilling than just, obviously everybody acts in their own self-interest. So I love trading. I love making money while trading. I love doing well with trading, but it makes it a little bit more altruistic. And then the other aspect of this is because it is an income stream, and it is a reliable income stream, whereas trading itself is not a reliable income stream. And I haven't yet met a single person in the world who would want to not have an extra income stream. It just makes sense. I've been doing this for a long time. People the free market seems to think that my advice, my analysis, my signals, my products, my indicators, my education is valuable, and I would be a fool not to charge for it. And I think that I charge a very competitive price. I've done lots of comparisons with all the other signal groups and Telegram pump and dump groups and all this. And I charge just as much, if not a lot more, less than them. So I think I provide a pretty good service for a very reasonable price, and it's up to the free market and the consumer to decide if it's worth it. you know, and I would say that that it is. But thank you. It's a good question. Okay, where were we? Let's see. Well, I'm just going to take a sip of coffee and reset here for a second. We did get a nice bounce from the 10-minute buy zone here on Ethereum, which is relatively aggressive. So we'll see. But again, we're consolidating at the point of control, so it's like a magnet. So let's see here. Push back up, maybe kind of this zone right here, and maybe price will pull back. So we'll see. Solana. No problem, Felipe. You love to see it. Solana, you guys know that I'm kind of bearish on Solana and have been for a little while ago. I shorted. I had, where's the other one? So yeah, no, this is the old setup. So I shorted Solana from here, and I was live on stream when I closed it out. Actually here, and then price like dumped a whole lot more, and I was like, gosh, I'm an idiot. But I'm glad that I did, because we had a big clap back, and last night we shorted this top, right? Again, I'm not always perfect, I don't always catch the top, but yeah, put out the signal to short, and we caught it. It was great. Life's good. And price now moving again in our favor. I do have a bias that Solana is going to drift down here to about $205. I'm not ready to go full bull on Solana yet, just because I'm seeing too much TVL evacuate Solana right now for other chains, and I think I'm starting to see the frustration over people losing money on meme coins has kind of reached a high. I could be completely wrong. Again, like I said, you don't really want to be too bearish in a bull market, and Solana is one of the top performers. But again, excuse me. But if you look at Solana, just look at the 4-hour chart relative to everything else. I mean, it's having a very big pullback right now. And we've broken the uptrend. We now have a bearish 4-hour trend, and I am a trend following trader. So when the 4-hour trend is bearish, I tend to just trade in that direction. And we've lost the uptrend on the daily. So again, this doesn't necessarily mean that we're bearish on the daily, but we are experiencing a very big pullback on the daily. And we didn't have the strongest reaction. We had an initial strong reaction from the 30 DEMA, right? Price popped up, but then we found resistance right at the 10 DEMA. So, you know, price could, again, we have support here at about like 226, all right? Because we did kind of have maybe a selling climax right here. So if we can now maintain that support of like 223 to 226, and, you know, price then comes back up here and breaks above like 234, or certainly like 240, then I'll be like, all right, cool, that was the bottom. Solana's going to pump again. All's good. I was wrong. That's fine. But until then, Solana is the only short position that I have opened up right now. As far as key levels, again, you know, 5-minute bearish trend, 10-minute bearish trend, indecisive 30-minute trend, bearish 4-hour trend, right? And we've lost the daily momentum. Key levels on the daily, we have the short-term resistance at 233.05, the VWAPs at 234.18. So that's likely where price wants to return to as a little bit of a magnet. Hopefully we see rejection from there. That's relatively synonymous. We've kind of got resistance similar. So 230 to like 232, we can see that level of resistance on the 10-minute time frame as well. And yeah, we can see the resistance as well on the 30-minute is also synonymous with that VWAP and point of control. So overall, looking for lower prices on Solana, because I did re-enter the short, so targeting 205. Thank you, Rudy LaPlane. Eth1 says we need to teach as many as we can to get into crypto space because people are losing important times to get in yearly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's, I mean, isn't it? It's so rewarding to me to look back at the years of streams that I've done, and you know, constantly saying, like, even in the depths of the bear market, right? Being like, guys, as a trader, I wouldn't necessarily want to buy right now, okay? But just buy crypto, get exposure, right? Think long term. Don't invest what you can't lose. You know, be reasonable. My biggest advice to people is always like, do whatever you need to do to make as much money as you can. All right. And for a lot of people, that's not going to be gambling, you know, calculated gambling in the markets, which is what trading is. Certainly what discretionary trading is anyways. And I mean, even when you're a systems trader like myself and you do all the back tests and you're like, cool, I'm only trading the strategy, you're still, you know, there's still a massive element of gambling to it, because you are assuming a priori, not if you're intelligent, but there's always this element of assumption that the market conditions that produced your favorable back test are going to persist when they're not. So as I've said, the first thing you want to do, and the first thing I teach people to do in Pathways to Profit and in the group, is to make just a one size fits all. I've made a lot of videos about this, a Swiss Army knife strategy that works pretty good in all market conditions. All right, because that will allow you to make consistent income from trading when you only trade those trades, right? No discretion, just signals. All right. But if you want to then like go into it, if you really want to embrace it, if you want to get really good and sharpen your saw, sharpen your edge, right, and become a better trader, then you're going to need to diversify your strategy, because you need the real next level once you build a one size fits all strategy is tailoring your strategy to certain market conditions or market regimes. So you want to be able to, like, for example, flip your strategy into like very aggressive bull mode, buy every dip, long every breakout. Okay. Because when price is very bullish, you're just going to make lots more money doing that than with a more conservative Swiss Army knife strategy that's also looking out for shorts. All right. So you want to be able to flip your strategy into hyper aggressive bull mode. You want to be able to switch your strategy into kind of scalper range trading mode when price is going sideways and consolidating. And then you also want to be on the other side of the coin, flip your strategy into hyper aggressive, the bottom's falling out, short every rally, short every breakdown, right? That's basically it. Farcaster game, go big. Yes to crypto with the 10 gifted. What's up, man? I don't have any, like, you know, I used to have like so many elements in here, and now I don't have any, like, you know, like things popping. I don't even have Streamlabs hooked up for like alerts and all that. It's something that I want to do. I updated the streamer layout like last week. So I appreciate you, man. I wish there was a little bit more fanfare on the screen, but yes to crypto, thank you so much, man, for your continued patronage. You are absolutely amazing. I mean, this is like poker versus a slot machine. It's like, so it's like blackjack, right? If you can count cards and have an edge, right? You gotta know when, you know, when the shoe is in your favor, when the odds are hot, and you strike when the iron's hot, and that's how you extract maximum profits. Shout outs to all the Farcaster gang in the house. Wajay King, good to see you, my friend. All right, XRP. XRP obviously has been one of the top performers. We are quite a little bit overextended on the daily, and we had a big sell-off on the 4-hour time frame yesterday. All right, so again, this was what, like a 12% at close, but it was like at 15, almost 16% actual at the max point of drawdown. We can see the price has now basically traversed down, listed lazily down to retest that area. We are approaching the 4-hour buy zone. It is quite large, but I would look to be a buyer on XRP between $2 and $2.36 for a higher high. As far as today goes, we are in the value area high. So if we see Bitcoin continue to, sorry, wrong chart. But if we see Bitcoin continue to behave, and if we can actually buy up this bottom, then XRP is likely to follow suit and push back up to VWAP point of control. So I think most likely the odds are kind of good to be contrarian right now intraday. You can see we do have some strong wick support, a lot of buyers in this area right now. Doesn't mean the price isn't going to continue to descend lower, but it's just discretionarily, this is a relatively good place to make a calculated bet intraday for the short term. We do have a bearish 5-minute trend, a bearish 10-minute trend, a bearish 30-minute trend, but a bullish 4-hour trend and a bullish daily trend, obviously. The weekly is getting pretty crazy. That is insane. Look at that. That is that's kind of a spooky candle, but we'll see how it looks on Sunday. You don't really want to analyze weekly candles until they've actually closed. All right, we are still in that value area low. Today's current resistance is going to be at that point of control around $2.56 and VWAP at 253. That is where price wants to return. It would be slightly above 5-minute resistance, the 5-minute guppy band, but pretty synonymous with the 10-minute guppy band and kind of the higher end of the fast 30-minute guppy band right there. Value area low, again, we're currently there right now, $2.31 to $2.42. So this I would kind of represent as the optimum buy zone for the day. We could set, we could set a stop loss at like 221.05, just so that you're actually being a principal trader, because the difference in going long intraday on the 5-minute time frame and then scooping up a kind of a smaller swing long position on the 4-hour time frame is quite different. You don't want to combine those two. Felipe says, early this year, I was introduced to you by Yes to Crypto. Have been seeing your streams since. Never thought on jumping into trading seriously until today. Well, hey man, we're happy to have you, man, and I'm glad that you enjoy the streams, that you're here. I really appreciate that, man, and just hopefully you find value, and hopefully you can find some success or enjoyment, or, you know, like, honestly, like, I found a lot of purpose in doing this, to be quite honest with you, that so many of the rest of us have, man. Mahfoudine, good to see you, my friend, and Raffaello, welcome to the stream, guys. So happy to have you on here. Bigger picture on XRP, like I said, this is kind of that dynamic that I was talking about earlier. When we're in a strong uptrend, you will essentially see price pump and deviate away from the 10 DEMA. And once it kind of gets above like 1 or 2 standard deviations, you'll often see price go sideways or pull back to the 10 DEMA. And when price actually catches up to the 10 DEMA, or excuse me, when the 10 DEMA actually catches up to price, as we can see right about here, you can see the 10 DEMA is creeping up, and then finally hits the price level. Then price pumps again, right? Deviates, goes sideways, pulls back to the 10 DEMA, the 10 DEMA catches up, and what happens? Price pumps. So very similar. Price is either going to pull back to the 10 DEMA broadly, or it's going to kind of go sideways in this range. You can see that we basically have supported about $2.30. That's why I would just consider it a principal trade to buy here at support. It's principal trading. And maybe go sideways in this range again until the 10 DEMA catches up, or again, obviously reversals do happen at some point. Wanderer, welcome in, man. All right, finishing up our micro analysis with Dogecoin, of course, one of my favorite cryptos. Big picture here on the 4-hour time frame, and I talked about this. I am swing long on Dogecoin in a bit of drawdown right now. We have formed a higher low. We do have the same kind of V-top and rounded top pattern potentially playing out here on Dogecoin. Is very similar or almost identical to the Bitcoin pattern that I pointed out. But again, we also have that same kind of inverted head and shoulders playing out right now. So again, we are at this level of support. Neckline to break is about 42 cents. So breaking that 42 cents is going to be putting price back up to approximately my entry zone. And a break of that neckline, I think, is going to be pushing price up. We've been unable to get over approximately that 45-cent level of resistance, but we can now see that that's kind of morphed into that 42 to 43-cent level of resistance. All right. But on the bright side, we continue to grind higher lows. So I am kind of looking for a breakout. I am betting bullishly on Doge. It is one of my longer altcoin positions right now. You can see that we're just grinding the 10 DEMA. So we're either going to break above 42 cents and push to new highs, Doge to $1. Probably, I mean, 50 cents though in the immediate short term. Or we are going to have a nice pullback here to previous support at about 35 cents, because that is where our significant support is right now, 35 cents. We do have a bearish 5-minute, 10-minute, and 30-minute trend. Bullish 4-hour trend though, of course, and a bullish daily trend. Although the daily trend, the daily is not consolidating, or excuse me, not trending, it is ranging. And in fact, all of the time frames are ranging. Are seeing some nice buybacks right now from Doge. Price seeing them on Bitcoin. Yep. Price seeing them on Ethereum. Price seeing them on Solana. Boo. Price seeing them on XRP. So across the board. So we are getting a nice reaction here from those support levels that I talked about. Again, doesn't mean they're going to hold. We got to watch. We got to break above the point of control on just about all the major assets. Of course, Ethereum, very bullish, is already trading above the point of control. But mainly, I'm talking about Bitcoin, Doge, and Solana, of course, and I would hope that Solana just doesn't, but that's just me. So bullish on Doge, very nice measured movement we could calculate out here if we do end up breaking that neckline. Sorry guys, I'm a little sniffly. So that's 10% movement. So a break of the neckline is going to be putting Doge up at least 47 cents, which would be a retest of the current yearly high. So about 47 cents. So great trade there on the table. This is kind of one of the lower R to R trades. I do prefer a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio on most of my trades. But it was just kind of hard because Doge is a little bit more volatile and is just a little bit more like, you know, like the technical term is fucky than some of the other assets we trade. And I mean, I have a lot of conviction in Doge, so I'm just willing to take a little bit more personal risk there. All All right, I'm gonna kick back here just a little bit. We've got a lot more to look at, guys. So we're not slowing down whatsoever. Rudy LePlane says, "Hey Justin, now that I have time, do I live stream at a certain time?" I like to live stream between 10 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time. All right, so that's going to be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Time. All right. There are times like today when I wasn't able to start on time. I started at 11, and that's because we are actually selling the house next door. My family is, and we had a plumber there this morning that showed up at 8, and I had to spend some time with him. And then I was kind of I was all ready to stream. I had my morning report out by 9:30 and had the thumbnail done by 9 and was all good to go. I could have started today at 10, but I knew that he was going to come knock on the door and I needed to pay him, and he was going to be like, "Oh yeah, it works." So I had to kind of hold off, and then he talked my ear off and we get to talking about cryptocurrency. I'm kind of like one of those Jehovah's Witnesses, like, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Satoshi Nakamoto?" All right. Excuse me, guys. That was a lot. That was rude. I shouldn't have subjected you guys to that. I feel like I'm a war criminal. All right, let's look at our low caps, or mid to low cap alts. We got a lot of meme coins on here too. Goat, very popular AI meme coin, was one of the top performers. Popped up very nicely. What did Goat have when Goat really popped off? And you can get it on major exchanges. It popped up about 150% since it's listing on Binance, or is this? I usually look at ByBit. Doesn't matter. Currently trading at about 75 cents. As you can see, we are in a downtrend, but we do have this nice strong support at about 70 cents that we deviated slightly below and had a nice strong reaction on. All right, now we have not resumed the uptrend. So when it comes to things like meme coins, I want to see a strong uptrend before I'll get crazy with it. Disco Dancing, good to see you in here, my friend. So I do want to see a strong uptrend on Goat, but just one to keep your eyes on. So if we can actually break above and remain above. Pardon me, guys. I just heard something a little alarming. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Well, didn't see anything. See my dog on the couch looking at me like, "I don't know, bro. I don't know what that was. No idea." Like, whatever, man. Okay. the tension F1, the tension intensifies. All right. Where was I? All right, Bohm, obviously a relatively big hold for me. Bohm did break resistance. I think buying this pullback makes a whole lot of sense. Bohm has some very strong support here at about 0.085. So Bohm, high performing meme coin. I think it's going to make a push back up to try and fill this wick at about 0.001, which is, oh, you know, it's like a 30%, you know, like it's just like a 30% move to the upside. Like that's nothing. Cardano is pulling back into the 4-hour buy zone right now. All right, Cardano's been a great, look at this, every time price pulls back, you buy. Simple, keep it, move it. Because we did peak so high, I would expect price to likely make a more dramatic pullback here to the bottom of the 4-hour buy channel. So that'd be about like $1.08. So there maybe is a little bit more downside here, maybe 6 or 7% more downside on Cardano. We do, of course, have a little bit of support here. So maybe a bit of a double bottom. But yeah, Cardano overall looking good. I would continue to hold. Pepe did make a big break, higher high, higher low, and is now pushing. So Pepe actually looks pretty good, and we're kind of in that buy zone right now. If this overall consolidation pattern is going to resolve to the upside, which it's giving more signs that it's going to by finally putting in a higher high, now another higher low. So very nice to see, and a nice double bottom. So I think Pepe has some very strong support here around about 1950, 1970. So I would manage risk below those levels, but for now I would take the opportunity to buy kind of at the EMA cluster right now. Pepe does look good to the upside. Aptos, I went very, very big on Aptos. Aptos, I think, is breaking out to the upside, new high. We've got kind of a reactionary pullback. We can see it got bought up immediately as soon as it descended into the buy zone. So I think Aptos is going to continue to fly. I'm very, very, very bullish on Aptos. Hedera Hashgraph is having a big pullback. I think Hedera Hashgraph is definitely one to watch. Hedera Hashgraph is going to continue booming, is going to continue moving. This is a pretty nice pullback, and big pullbacks like this don't often happen. We're at like a 26% pullback so far. There is more downside for Hedera Hashgraph. We do need to kind of come down to the consolidation zone, maybe another 10 to 20% more downside, but Hedera Hashgraph is one to watch and potentially begin scaling into. Ohm, very similar to Pepe, had this nice breakout right here. So a higher high, establishing extremely strong support at about $3.50. So as long as $3.50 holds, we can see a lot of people positioned in Ohm here. So I think Ohm is probably getting ready to make another run at it. Algo also, let's maximizing intensifies. Algo is also pulling back into the buy zone here as well. Again, perhaps a little bit more downside here. We do have more strong support at 46 and stronger support at 42, which would be the bottom of the 4-hour buy zone channel. But yeah, Algo looking very good, and I think Algo pulling back. Just hey, buy pullbacks. Bull market, buy pullbacks. Bull market, buy pullbacks. Bull market, buy pullbacks. Bull market. Just keep saying it, man. Just keep saying it. Just keep making money. So. Low caps. All right, let's talk about Nero. Nero has been a nice trade for me. We traded this bounce most recently, and Nero is back in the buy zone again. We've established extremely strong support here at around not 15. So just keeping your eyes on Nero. We are below the 200 SMA consolidation, so I think we're seeing reaccumulation right now. Very nice to see, and accumulating at a higher level. Previous resistance turns support. You love to see it. So overall, price is finding a little bit of resistance, as we can see here, where a lot of Nero people got out. You can see all this block trading right here. Anytime you see this kind of tight consolidation, that's bots moving in. And so what we're seeing here is retail accumulation right now. This is much more natural looking accumulation. Here we have a little bit of bot trading, but overall in a bull market, when things give you the opportunity to fall below the 200 SMA, that usually want to be a buyer, because falling below the 200 SMA in a bull market is like, this is the best opportunity to buy. You do want to be careful here, and because we do have invalidation, because of invalidation here at about not 0.15, because there is a difference between moving into a bull market and an asset moving into a bearish trend, which a bearish trend is going to be characterized by trading below the 200 SMA and just continuing to sink lower. Obviously, I think Nero's hot, listed on Binance. I think it's a buy opportunity right now. Yeah, because we're not in a bear market. Otherwise, my opinion would be different. Popcat. Popcat potential listing on Coinbase, pull back to this kind of very strong support that we've established at about $1.20. So I would like Popcat to go back and attempt to fill this wick at about $2. We're trading at about $1.35 right now, so the upside is just like 50% to the upside. So 50% potential upside right here. We want to see price break above the 200 SMA, flip that back into support, and yeah, just hold. And you've got some nice invalidation because, you know, pretty much price trading below $1.20 starts to look a little scary. And actually, I would probably be a little bit more freewheeling with this. So $1.20 is fine because price could form that same inverted head and shoulders pattern that we've been looking at, and then the thing to watch for is going to be the break of 140. So I'm not overall too scared of Popcat coming down here to $1.23. So just keep that in mind. Velodrome Finance, one of my biggest holds, because I'm locked in for 3 years. For the love of God. All right. Same concept, right? Notice that when the guppy EMAs actually catch up, gives price an opportunity to pump. Likely consolidate at this new level around, you know, 14, 15 cents until the guppy EMAs catch up, and then Velo can make another push. Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, big pullback to the 200 SMA. You love to see it. Very beautiful. We now have some nice support at about 20 cents. All right. We want to see 20 cents hold. We want to see 20 cents hold. We want to see 20 cents hold. All right. Resistance right now we are facing at about 30 to 32 cents. All right. So that's the resistance level we need to break to get back up close to $500 million market capitalization, which is where we got up to about $500 million market capitalization right here and failed. That's where the local top is. So looking for price to generate steam. Doge is one of my bigger low cap conviction plays for 2025 because I think the narrative is beautiful. Why can't I read that? Thank you very much. Incentive. This is actually one of my biggest trades right now. Pulse chain is one of my biggest bags right now. Incentive pulled back to the 4-hour buy zone, and we are pushing up nicely. So we do have we just broke above resistance at $4. Well, $3.95. Currently trading at about $4. Overall, nice bullish trend. Pump, pull back. Let's pump again. Let's go. Zig. I called this for the group like last week. It was before Christmas, so like somewhere around here. And I think Zig's going to be, we can see here that Zig broke out above this previous range high. Look at all this long-term consolidation, big accumulation, and now we are in a very nice, strong bullish trend. So simple concept here, guys. Buy pullbacks to the 4-hour buy zone, but overall Zig is pumping very nicely. Shout outs to everybody who bought Zig. And then Parcel, one of my bigger Solana holds right now. I mean, we're up bigly, but Parcel is currently facing resistance here at about 47 to 50 cents, which, as you can see, was like previous resistance that we had right here. I want to see Parcel go back up to 75 cents at least. So bullish trend, life's good, nothing to freak out about, all is well. Oh. Got the glasses on the day. No more contacts because I got rid of the big bright ring light that I was using, and I got better key lights. And I cannot tell you how more comfortable it is to do a long stream or just record content because I don't have this huge ultra bright light just shining in my face for 2 hours. It's exhausting. It really is. It's not pleasant. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right. I will show you guys what I am currently trading right now. So these represent all of my more serious active trades. I am holding Brett on base chain, Aptos in BYDFi, Sundog. I just entered long yesterday. This is going to be at CRX meme coin. I'm holding that on ByBit as well. I'm holding Incentive on Pulse chain. Parcel on Solana, Department of Government Efficiency on my ledger on Ethereum. Virtual Protocol on Base, virtual protocol on Base chain. And I just rotated a little bit more capital into wrapped Bitcoin on Pulse chain. So those are the more serious active trades that I have going on right now. I just actually created this today because I wanted to flesh out my, you know, so these are obviously like a little bit, these are obviously like high risk, low caps. But the majority of my assets is in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and mid caps. So my biggest bag actually right now, besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, is actually Avalanche. All right. So I have more Bitcoin than anything else. I have more Ethereum than anything other than that. And I have actually more, I don't know how this happened. I do know how it happened. I have more Avalanche than anything else. Avalanche is my third largest hold. And the reason why is because I just set up recurring buys on Coinbase for Avalanche and Polkadot like 2 years ago. And in crypto.com on Dogecoin and Kronos like 2 years ago as well. So I just have a massive amount of this stuff. And so I wanted to create a dashboard where I could just kind of monitor and see if I wanted to do capital rotation. But other than that, Bitcoin dominance plunging all the way down to 55%. Ethereum dominance has climbed up to 13.40%, and Solana dominance has crumbled all the way down to 3.17%. Overall, life is good. We are continuing to see whales sell because the percentage of circulating supply that has not moved in a year is continuing to trend down, which means coins that are 1 year, that were 1 year older, have since December 25th of 2023 been moving down. And this is actually really good because we correlate whales selling to the euphoric phase of the market cycle when whales are taking profits. So overall, this is very good. And we still haven't seen, like, again, like, can we just, for anybody who thinks like the cycle's over, I need you to like look at this. The red graph is the price of Bitcoin. The blue overlay is the percentage of circulating supply that has not moved in at least a year. I get this from Glassnode. I want you guys to look at these, right? And then I want you to look at this and tell me if you think we're there yet. All right, we're not there yet. Okay, not there yet. And actually, contrarily, it's actually a good indication when, so it's not that supply going down is bearish. If we actually look, it's once whales stop selling and this metric reverses back up to the upside, meaning that whales are beginning to accumulate again, that it confirms that the market, that the bear market's over. It does not really help us catch the top. Okay. Obviously in 2021, it kind of did. In 2018, 2017, like we'd already been thrown back from 19,000 to about 6,000. So obviously, like, you know, big miss right there. So we're not going to be able to rely on this. But just overall, as long as we're continuing to see this go down, it is just one more confirmation that life's good. NVRV as well is a very good metric. Okay. This is market value to realized value. We have seen slight diminishings, but like we're nowhere near the projected diminishment that we would see for this cycle. That would be somewhere around like 3.28. And we're just not there yet. Again, we had a nice spike here at our previous all-time high at the beginning of 2024. Nice pullback in the MVRV ratio, and now we're right back up to where we were in February. So we need to climb higher. Yeah, overall, we haven't seen SOPR reverse whatsoever either. So this is also another good leading indicator or confirmation indicator, excuse me, for kind of the market taking a pause. So this is spin output profit ratio. Hasn't happened yet. Good morning to you, Sudi Bunsan. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, my friend. Andrew Munns, welcome in. Texas Blues, the blast from the past. What's up, my brother? Good to see you, man. It's so great, man. I've loved that I have kept up my consistency over the last month, and that, you know, It's all happening, man. The show's picking up. People are coming back. You love to see it, man. All right. Guys, we're about an hour into the stream. So we are going to do a piece of sponsored content here. Peckham, welcome in as well. So we are going to do a quick ad for BYDFi. ByDFi is the official exchange partner of this stream and of Kraken Cryptocurrency. They've been very kind and generous to us. You guys have the option to check out the link, the second link in the description of this video, whether you're watching on YouTube or Rumble. It's our pinned comment on X. But we are currently having our Christmas season trading competition. All right, there is a $2,000 prize pool. This is for derivatives futures trading. Anybody can enter. It doesn't cost anything to enter. You just click the link down below, register to enter. You'll get to share in a $2,000 prize pool, and we will add, ByDFi will, they will add $100 to the prize pool every time there's $1 million in trading volume milestone hit. There are some great rewards. Top 5 traders are going to share 80% of the prize pool and get everything from a VIP level 5 fee advantage account, which gives you like 60% off your trading fees, which is massive if you're doing futures trading, all the way down to a VIP level 3, which gives you something like 25 to 30%. For registering for the competition, you can use my link. Again, it's the same link to sign up for the competition. You will enjoy an immediate 17% off your trading fees because you get a VIP level 1 fee advantaged account, an automatic doubling of your 24-hour withdrawal limit. You'll have access to over 600 pairs to trade futures on. Excuse me, not 600 pairs to trade futures on. Close. 600 spot pairs, 0% spot trading fees, so you can accumulate more risky bags, things like PopCap, things like Brett, without having to pay any fees to go in and out. So free trading. Try beating that on a DEX, which I don't dislike DEX trading, but I'm just saying, you'll have access to up to 200x leverage. And again, 17% off those futures trading fees with that account. So thank you to ByDFi for sponsoring this section of the live stream. And again, go join our Christmas trading season competition. It is free to sign up, and I hope to see you guys in there. All right, we got a lot more to cover. Let's, top stories of the day. There's not too much in the news today. Obviously, biggest things looking at like geopolitics. Israel, Hezbollah, there was a ceasefire, but there have been some cross-border strikes. Both parties have accused each other of violations, raising concerns about the short-term truce of stability. This is coming from CBS News. Don't actually see. Probably the biggest thing that I'm seeing everywhere is this. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see this. Probably the biggest thing that I'm seeing is the targeted shooting of CEO Brian Thompson in New York City. He was the CEO of United Healthcare. Turns out Americans are really unhappy about their healthcare. Police say it was a targeted attack. So Brian Thompson was shot and killed in what appeared to be a targeted attack Wednesday morning outside a Hilton hotel in Midtown Manhattan. The New York City Police Department says, should have been staying in a Trump hotel, man. What are you doing staying in the Hilton? That's your first mistake right there. I'm not trying to make light of this. Obviously, murder is terrible. He was shot once in the back and once in the leg, but he did not survive his injuries. And they're saying this was definitely premeditated, pre-planned targeted attack. And so far, we don't really know anything more than that. What a downer, Justin. You got anything anything better to talk about? Anything a little bit more positive? We got drone strikes in Moscow. Obviously, the biggest piece of news that we could talk about is the South Korean president, Yoon Suk-yeol. So listen, this story is insane. All right, so I'll tell you what I know about this. So basically, if you're unaware of what's going on, this is why the market had a little bit of a hiccup yesterday, because we have to understand that there's heavy trading volume in cryptocurrency in South Korea. They love them some crypto there in South Korea, but they also do not mess around when it comes to corruption in South Korea, right? Now, obviously, compared to American corruption, it's it's like nothing, right? But their culture is very different. And this is why I say everything is downstream of culture, right? If you have a culture that is in general okay with bad actions, bad actors, which I would say we've tried to engender a culture of that over the past 10 years, then it doesn't matter if you get good people in office, because it's the culture that determines everything. All right. The culture determines what the people, what the body politic are willing to take or willing to tolerate. And if you don't have a culture that is firmly rooted in morality, if you don't have a culture that is firmly, rooted in like, hey, we do not tolerate bad actions or bad actors, particularly in our government, especially in our government, then it doesn't really matter. You're going to get a lot of government corruption because you haven't fostered a culture of anti-corruption. Well, in South Korea, they have a big culture of anti-corruption. So the last four, it's either the last 3 or 4 presidents of South Korea have gone to jail, all right, for corruption. All right, and I think one committed suicide. The first female president of South Korea in jail for corruption. All right, so this all kind of popped off because the opposition party in South Korea were doing a criminal investigation into President Yoon's wife for corruption. Whole laundry list of corruption here. There was a stock trading account that was in her name where they made millions of dollars, and she said, oh, they know that wasn't me, like I let bad actors like accidentally have access to my stock trading account, but yet they had this inside information and made millions of dollars. Like, yeah, sure, you're corrupt. And then she either stole or was given a very expensive like $3,000 handbag for like a bribe or something like that. And that was like kind of just like one of the main talking points. You might say like, oh, it's like a $3,000 handbag. No, they don't play around over in South Korea. Like, you do not want to break the law in South Korea. And so they were doing this criminal investigation on President Yoon's wife, and the incumbent party, they were kind of in charge of the investigation. They were dragging their feet, weren't doing anything, weren't weren't pushing forward the prosecution. So the opposition party in Congress, or in their political, like whatever, their congression, they went to actually not impeach, that's not the right word, but to like fire basically the people in President Yoon's cabinet that were dragging their feet and not pushing this prosecution forward. So in response to this, the reason this hit the US news is because this was happening like during our morning time, during our daytime, but it was like 8:30 at night over in South Korea, and Parliament was not in session. So their parliament, sorry, that was the word I was looking for earlier. Their parliament was not in session. So he tried to declare emergency martial law. The thing is, like almost immediately, like you could see here, like they stormed the Capitol and they were like, no, dude, we're going to string this guy up. See, the body politic, the people of South Korea were like, absolutely not. All right. And due to this overwhelming response, they did an emergency session of Parliament. Parliament came in and they voted 190-0 that we would not be going under martial law, to repeal the martial law. All right, because it's actually unconstitutional for a president to declare martial law without the consent of the Congress. So Congress came in, voted that down. This dude's on his way out. Isn't that insane though? This guy is definitely going to jail. His wife's definitely going to jail. The last 3 presidents gone to jail for corruption. Or the last 4, and 1 has committed suicide. One of the 2. But it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Freight Trades, good to see you, man. Welcome back, brother. We got to get to the chart request. Sorry, guys. Why did Gala Games shoot up 30% today? What's the rationale? I mean, well, Gala Games is pretty good, but I mean, likely just like Capital Rotation, good technicals and sentiment, or some pump and dump group called it. You know what I mean? Profit Bear, welcome back, man. Yeah, South Korea is super crazy strict, man. Google BBC Greg Wallace. So I know a little bit about this. Hold on. Yeah. So we got an article here on Sky News. Let's just pull this up. Okay. So this dude was a host of MasterChef. All right. And so he's in hot water because he made some inappropriate, as usual, you know what I'm saying? Remarks, jokes. All right. Now his production, just reading the subline here, the production company Banagay UK said the 60-year-old was committed to fully cooperating throughout the process. And the headline is MasterChef's Greg Wallace steps down as Christy Wark among 13 who claim he made inappropriate jokes. All right. Fark. Hey, man. I will take Jason Statham, dude. Especially if we're talking about like the Crank era Jason Statham. That dude was B-Flow. What's up, man? Mr. T, welcome back. Haven't seen you guys in forever. Like, what's up? Did YouTube finally decide to stop shadow banning me? We're actually getting some distribution. We're actually on the search results. They're actually sending the notifications out. Good God. All right, so let's cover the highlights here. All right, let's look at this. Let's look at this douche here. So he's recently been embroiled in a series of misconduct allegations. These claims have led to significant professional repercussions and public scrutiny. In November of 24, multiple individuals accused Wallace of inappropriate sexual comments and behavior spanning 17 years. Notably, journalist Christy Wark alleged that he made sexualized jokes during her participation in Celebrity MasterChef in 2011. In response, the BBC initiated an investigation into these historical misconduct claims. Blah, 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 blah. The BBC canceled 2 MasterChef Christmas specials, citing concerns that it could be triggering. He was also removed from his role on Inside the Factory. His initial response suggested that the complaints came from, quote, from Wallace, middle-class women of a certain age, end quote. A remark for which he later apologized. I bet you did, you cuck. His MasterChef co-presenter, John Turode, expressed that the claims were truly upsetting and emphasized his commitment to the show. So currently the production company is conducting an investigation led by law firm Lewis Silken. He has pledged full cooperation. The situation continues to evolve, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, all right, so let me just go ahead and get canceled here real quick. So, I mean, obviously, listen, like, I don't know any additional information. And so really any case like this is just going to be kind of easy, you know, pecking grounds for, you know, kind of anybody on either side of the political spectrum, right? You're going to have the extreme right say things like, well, I mean, but look at all the like accusations against Trump that have turned out not to be true. Right? This is what the right would say. And then you got people on the left that are like, hey, me too, believe all women. Look at this like evil, terrible, misogynist, racist, bigot piece of crap. Like, let's like kill him, burn him at the stake, right? Men are bad. And I think like, you know, obviously like I'm a little bit more biased to one side of that, but you know, you all like, listen, like I have a daughter, I love women. I want them to be safe and protected. I want them to be able to like move forward. And so, you know, everybody's going to have like a different opinion about this. So, I mean, it really depends on like what the comments were. And certainly it is the case that we have, you know, lots of situations where accusations can be easily made, and this is not new. This has gone back like hundreds of years. Accusations can easily be made about someone that are unfounded, unbased, and they're, you know, the intentions or the incentive for making the claim is to gain clout or just smack somebody down that might have snuffed you or didn't treat you very well. You know, like certainly I think that men should be respectful of women. I think that men should not. I think that men, especially in today's society, should strive very hard to not be hypersexualized. It's very hard to do if you don't have like a good grounding, because we are in the age of Instagram. We are in the age of TikTok, where I mean, listen, like it is just shoved in your face all the time. It was one thing, like that's been going on for a long time, but it was one thing like back in the day when you'd see a hot chick on a Bud Light commercial, you know what I mean? Or during the, you know, like the football commercial, like, okay, yeah, like sex sells. But I mean, it is constant now. Like every day you can pull open your phone and find like 16 different thoughts, right? That, you know, for 99 cents, you get access to everything, unlimited porn on the internet. None of this is good for men. I don't think none of this is good for society, right? People, like it or not, sexual degeneracy is one of the, like, it is one of the underlying cases in almost all of the disagreements between the left and the right, right? The right wants people to not be sexually degenerate, and the left wants freedom to be as sexually degenerate as humanly possible. And I think we have, again, there is good historical evidence that once a society turns to sexual deviance and degeneracy, the society collapses. All right. It's also not good for you as a person, right? As a man, it doesn't make you strong. to be hypersexualized all the time, because I cannot tell you how many men I've talked to that if they're single, they're crushing life. You know what I'm saying? They are crushing life. They're working out, they're going to the gym, their mental health is good, they feel good at work, they feel good at home, life's good. And then the second they get into a relationship, all of that goes out the window. All right. I was literally just talking with somebody about this morning, and every situation is different, but I think in most of those cases, it's because the man doesn't actually believe that he is worthy of the woman, that you know, for all of his strides, for all of his gains, for all of the, you know, his commitment to his fitness and mental health and discipline and going to bed on time and not using drugs or alcohol, all that stuff, all the positive, healthy stuff that you need to become a better man. That like once you actually like have a girl's attention, there's that deep dark part of you that's like, I'm not good enough, I need to do what she likes, I need to change for her, I need to morph into a chameleon and just octopus my way into her mind. And what are you doing, man? You should be looking for a partner to complement your life. If you look at some of the most successful and respectable men, all right, obviously there are exceptions to the rule, but in general, the men I look up to and respect, they all advocate for not engaging in this hookup culture, becoming a strong and independent, dominant you, and then looking for a long-term partner that suits you. Not looking to octopus yourself into some short-term gain for the puna. Standing on your own 2 feet as a man, being moral, being honest, being strong, and looking for a similar partner that suits you. That's my general advice. All right. So this devolved into a rant, but all of that to say, I think that when there is clear and convincing evidence that somebody has been like reprehensible, right? Like they're making like clearly disparaging remarks about women, or they're engaging in some type of essay, you know, whether that's, you know, with verbally or whether that's physically. I mean, listen, burn them at the stake, right? You know, or like certainly like, you know, get out of here. We don't need people like you know, promoting this type of sexual degeneracy. It's not good. It's not good, you know. On the other hand, we need to be very cognizant of the fact that it's so easy to just ruin somebody's reputation by being like, well, you know, they said I looked really good in this skirt and I didn't appreciate that. Oh, and also I think they're a rapist. It's so easy to ruin someone's reputation with just an accusation. So I think we need to hold people to a high standard of proof, and as an American, assume people are innocent until they're proven guilty. So without any more personal insight into this situation, that would be my general take. I don't know. I think that until a gentleman is proven beyond a reasonable doubt guilty that yes, he did these things, and that can be very, very difficult when it's he said, she said, right? But again, you just have to look at the logical things like, do other witnesses come forward? Do other people say like, oh yeah, he did that too? Then, I mean, I tend to defer to like trusting the preponderance of evidence. All right. So assume he's innocent until there's a preponderance of evidence that he's guilty. And if he is proven guilty, then I think that we should blanketly, like unanimously say, like, we don't approve of that in our society. Right. Not only because it's wrong and hurtful, but because that's not actually good it's not actually good for men, right? Being hypersexualized is not good for men, right? And I know it's very easy, particularly for those of us, you know, on the right, to really be like, you know, really turned off by like things like the Me Too movement and like, you know, the rapist accusations, the essay accusations, because it like goes, because we feel like it's just gone like way too far. But like denouncing it is not going to be helpful, especially if many of us are actually guilty of being hypersexualized in the first place, which gives rise to a climate where their accusations, founded or otherwise, will occur. So in summary, innocent until proven guilty. Protect women, respect women, don't be hypersexualized, become the best version of yourself first. Don't even worry about relationships. Become the best version of yourself and then find the partner that fits you. Don't try to morph yourself to, you know, trick some young lady in front of you into being with you. Need a stinger. Wise words. All right. And just pro tip, great women on christianmingle.com. All right, moving on. Chart, maybe some chart. That was a lot, guys. That was a lot. Maybe chart request time, right? Awesome, amazing. Listen, awesome, amazing comments here too from you guys. Disco Dancing says, for your scratchy throat, lemon, kale, banana, turmeric, garlic, ginger smoothie as per Dr. Berg with a dash of apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna copy that right there, bad boy. I got a blender out there and I got some kale ready to go. I got all the other stuff. I still got a lot of that stuff from the dry preserve of my garden. So that is good. I'm actually gonna pop that right in my private messages. That's going down today. Peckham says, FYI, that was 13 years ago. Someone remembered a joke. Is that my dad? No, go away. Not medical or financial advice. No. Frey Trade says both genders should be respectful of each other. Absolutely. Ali Sunny says, awesome time, awesome stream. Thank you, man. Beeflo says, quit fudding men's sexual drive. Wars weren't won and Rome wasn't built by snowflakes. Let's see here. Yeah, F1 says, I got a relationship with crypto and it all goes out the window directly into my ledger. Make comedy great again. People need to be not so serious. Chill and just do what Jesus. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, politically correct comedy is not funny. Thank you, Saint. Appreciate you. Look for a partner that suits you, Beeflo says. Preferably. God damn it, Beeflo. We're trying to have a serious conversation here, man. Wise words. Brodo NL, welcome to the stream. I feel like true dominance is being hard on yourself and forgiving towards others. Usually people turn it around, being tough on others to make it easy. Yeah, absolutely right? The buck stops with you. That's my opinion on my life. I don't care. I'm not a victim. I refuse to accept victim mentality. If something negative happens in my life, I consider it my fault and my responsibility to fix. I am not going to sit around and be like, oh, well, it was my upbringing. It was my education. It was my parents. It's the system. It's the government. Shut up, man. Like, maybe it is, but that's not going to help you do anything about it. Get off the couch and do your best. Strive forward, push, be hard, be tough, fight, be dangerous. Or you're just gonna get trodden on, man. You're gonna get trodden on. Because there are dangerous, scary, evil, powerful people in the world, and you're up against them. You're up against them if you just want to go out and breathe. So don't get it twisted, man. It's dog against dog. Yeah, it is guilty. Mr. T says, gotta find a quality, loyal, Christian, conservative woman. I got lucky with my wife. Congratulations, man. I mean, according to all poll data, conservative white women are the happiest people in the world. I do need a stinger. Yes. Eth1 says Nero. What's going on with Nero? Did it pop? Did it pump? I think that's in my low caps. Yeah, we already covered Nero a little bit. God damn it. You're making Jack Skellington blush. All right. Oh, okay. All right, let's get to the chart request. We will do Nero. We'll do a bigger Nero chart request. Let's scroll up here real quick. So we have ESS. Oh, whoops, sorry. I didn't mean to send that in the chat. I was just meaning to put that as a placeholder. Disregard, not a recommendation to buy. I haven't even looked at it. Proxy on base. And then we're going to look at... I thought there was another request. This is the only request that I saw. And then, well, Nero. Nitten Soki wants to look at Sun. Sun or Sun Dog? And then Beeflo says XCH. Yeah, I got yours. Yep. Got yours, Alex. I just could have sworn somebody else asked for something up here. towards the beginning of the stream, but I don't see it. PopCap proxy. Well, all right. So this is what I got. I got ESS for Alex, proxy on base chain on base, Nero, Sun for Nitin, and XCH for BFlow. If I missed one of your requests, your chance is now. Put it in the chat. All right. Before we begin with that, just quick check-in. Sorry, intraday. All right, markets pushed up nicely. Price did reverse there at the point of control. And likely a little bit of consolidation now here at VWAP. Big test. Now, this was like the first test. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. This is a nice potential 4-hour reversal candle. That inverted head and shoulders pattern. We got to break above about 96,000, 96,300. Close the 4-hour above that. And I think we can fly. All right. Ethereum. So far maintaining that 5-minute bullish uptrend, pushing a lower high, but very close there. This is looking very nice. Probably pulling back now, hopefully forming a higher low at about 37.70 would be nice to see. Solana was not able to make it up to the point of control, pulling back a little bit. Please just dump. XRP, screw off. And Sol, I'm sorry. XRP initially getting bought up here in the 4-hour buy zone. Still a bearish 10-minute and 30-minute trend, so we shall see on XRP, I think mostly sideways. And again, very nice potential reversal candle here on the 4-hour time frame from Doge as well, closing in about an hour and 20 minutes. Hopefully, again, just like Bitcoin, forming that inverted head and shoulders, and then you want to lean heavily into a breakout of 42 cents. Aptos, that dip got bought up super fast. Bohm, that dip got bought up super fast. Cardano getting bought up. Pepe. Oral market's looking pretty healthy. Yeah, Popcat's getting bought up. Brett's getting bought up. Belo's getting bought up. Department of Government Efficiency is not yet getting bought up. Incentive is pumping. Zig is pumping. Life's good. All right, let's get into today's requests. I think the one... BFlow. We gonna have problems, dude. What's up, dog? Yeah, Mesh Dog, what's up with you? Hey, can you hand me that Matter Daddy? What? That Matter Daddy is right over there. Hand me that Matter Daddy. What is a Matter Daddy? Nothing, baby. What's the matter with you? Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, so Earth to Essence, this ESS. This is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good. This is an Ethereum. This is this is on Uniswap. This is Ethereum. Okay, liking it, digging it, loving it. Let's go to the daily. Launched on Uniswap June 1st. Okay. All right, we want a little bit more here. Let's see here. I mean, this looks really good, Alex. Initial distribution, but we saw that, you know, again, this is it's hard to see this because, like, if price goes parabolic, this all like looks so small. And, you know, like if you really like zoom in on this, like this is like a big movement. That's like a 40% movement, but like in retrospect, these things look so small. So is this where we drop wallets? But yeah, ESS looks pretty good here, man. I mean, we had support initially at about about 4.7 cents. We did dip a little bit lower and established it at about 3.8 cents. And we do have resistance here at 6.5 cents. But this is a pretty nice candle, right? This is a nice breakout candle. So this would be a pretty decent breakout trade right here. So just kind of classic breakout setup right here. You know, we've got kind of an initiation signal, and then we can manage risk basically just right here, right? I would be managing risk right here. Okay. And then, you know, obviously if this fails, where's my coffee doesn't go there. What? That is weird. Why is it like that? I don't like that at all. Okay. Okay. And then, so definitely like here for sure. I don't like that either. I like solid lines for TP and SL. And then top right. Thank you very much. About 54% to the upside. Yeah. That's pretty good. So continuation long signal right here. And beautiful. Look at this. Minx did this really good, man. Short, short, short. Take profit, continuation, take profit. We do go a little bit lower. Okay. But then called the long, take profit, pulled back, continuation long right here on this candle. I mean, not bad. I mean, you like to see it. Overall, pretty good, man. Yeah, I don't really see resistance. I mean, we have resistance right here, but that's it. Oops. So we have resistance at 0.06579. So that's just right above price. So, you know, maybe you get a pullback. And even like a deviation here is fine. Okay. But ideally you want to see something like 5-3 hold. So I would probably add on 5-3 in validation. And because if this is going to move, like momentum moves crypto like makes mild pullbacks because people are taking profit. But when things dump, you're like, ah, run away. But yeah, 0.089 would be my first target. About a 50% move to the upside. And if price can clear that resistance at 6.5, I don't see anything in the way. So good, overall good entry, relatively new coin. Earth to Essence on Ethereum. That doesn't look bad. The fundamental analysis. I don't know anything about this. Yeah. Is there any? What are the fundies, man? We want to know the fundies. It's the essence of the earth, man. What do you need, bro? Those are the fundamentals, dude. Like the earth with the essence and the grounding and, you know, like the chakras, man. Like with the eye, bro. And just, you know, just feel that. Feel the essence, man. Like, stop asking questions, bro. Somebody order some pizza. All right. Then we have proxy. Cracking crypto cracker being launched. I have had, listen, I've had many people ask me to like launch a coin, launch a meme coin. I just don't, I'm probably like missing out. I probably could have like, you know, probably could have launched one and like done okay. But like there's a couple reasons that I don't. Like one, like I'm just not trying to be like all these other, like every single like quote, like I'm not like a celebrity or anything like that, so you know, but don't get me wrong, but I have a little bit of a following, I have a little bit of, you know, like an audience, and almost like universally I don't feel like I have a lot of really great ideas, but I would prefer to contribute those ideas to professionals, like projects or, you know, established projects or entrepreneurs that are going to build a new project that have their own drive, determination, and vision. Like certainly I have a lot of great ideas from being an avid user of cryptocurrency, but I've found a way to profit from the markets that doesn't involve monetizing my base and like dumping on my subscribers and my audience, which almost universally is exactly what happens to every like quote unquote celebrity coin. And that's whether you're talking, you know, Jake and Logan Paul, you know, fucking Andrew Tate, like, I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on. Like, you know, like all of them, like all of them, all of the like influencers, celebrity coins, they all go to zero because they're just quick money grabs. And like, obviously like that's fine. Like it's meme coins. We get that. But I prefer to just like, I just want to tie my success to Bitcoin. I've been a Bitcoin advocate since 2016. I've just constantly said like, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. And yeah, it would be fine. We have like floated the idea of just launching like a currency in the Discord that isn't on chain. Cause I would prefer, I want people to like come and make money. And I don't want people to like come see that we have a coin, think that that's a way to make money, have it go to zero, and then they get a bad taste in their mouth for everything else that we offer. So it's related to Earth 2. It is a metaverse that's been built since 2021, and the essence is some kind of in-platform currency. Nice. Proxy on base. Proxy not found in crypto with such criteria. Here we go. Proxy to degen? Interesting. When it's like biggest trading pair is degen, when it's biggest quote currency is degen. Oh, whoops. You got that right, Mr. T. You guys tell me, is this like the best trading pair, or should I look at it? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Not 0.903. 735. I'm gonna just look at this to wrapped Ethereum. Crazy pump. Don't like that either. Who do you work for, man? So cool. Proxy West. Obviously Proxy had a big push up like 633%. Congratulations to those who were able to capitalize. Big massive pullback right now, all the way back to previous resistance. This is basically like the origin of the breakout. So a lot of people kind of entered like in throughout this area. Actually, and our strategy would have caught the continuation long right here. Obviously it wouldn't have helped you sell the top per se on the daily, maybe on the 4 hour. Yeah, here we go. Let's see here. Long, continuation long, take profit, continuation long, take profit, continuation long. And yeah, we didn't sell the absolute top, but we did sell that first major pullback. No active signal on the daily. Money flow got a little overbought here. That's fine. Like, we can certainly push to the upside. So as you can see, we do have support at not 1616, which was previous resistance over here once, twice, and is the origin of this impulsive movement to the upside. We did attempt to establish support at 4283, but that is now turned into resistance, unfortunately. So we do have this level of resistance here as well. So what I would be, obviously, like, price pulled all the way back to the 402 SMA, 400, the 4 hour, 200 period, simple moving average, which is often going to be like that baseline. You can see price broke above and rallied, had this first big rally, then it pulled back very close to the 200 SMA, and that was kind of the beginning of this impulsive move to the upside, and we pulled all the way back there. Again, base is popping. It's going to be, you know, it is like meme coin season on base, so likely it's a good buy, because anything on base is kind of a good buy. We did just reject from resistance, so obviously we had a lot of people buy here and they held through this, so they took this opportunity to sell. So I would take this opportunity. Obviously price might pump here from the moving averages, but if it did, that would be really good. So if you're looking on whether or not to enter proxy, you kind of just want to wait for that 4 hour to close above this current level of resistance at about not 4202. So 0042, this level right here. You get the 4 hour close above that. I would just go long and look for price to revisit probably at least 8358, which seems like a 2x, right? That's 100%. Yeah, about 100% trade right there. Otherwise, I would probably chill and then maybe look to be a buyer at like 1980 if price is going to come all the way back, and look for something like a double bottom. But I usually, if things are going to like pump, I usually, like, price doesn't really give you too many options to buy the bottom, or opportunities to buy the bottom. So I just get a little leery if this thing continues to drift down. Maybe the momentum's just gone. But, you know, it pulled back to the zone it should pull back to. And so buys here, fantastic idea. And then, you know, we'll just see. So a little bit of uncertainty right now because obviously the buyers here that were underwater took this opportunity to sell at break even. Why wouldn't they, when they just saw like their investment that they bought here go up a whole lot, maybe didn't take as much profit as they want, and then collapse and they're down like 80%, right? 55%. So yeah, they're getting out of break even. So, you know, obviously price is just pulling back because that's selling pressure. So all that remains now is like, do new buyers step in and push price up to new highs? We could do a little bit more like analysis on GMGN, but that's my idea. Either buy the breakout or look for the double bottom. And then we wanted some more TA on Nero. All right, let's keep things simple. So Nero's current major level of resistance is here at about 0.00215, and we have strong support simultaneously here. So we are ranging. Excuse me, it is blowing and flowing out there, guys. Let me tell you what. So price has been ranging here in about a 30% range since, you know, prior to Thanksgiving. Had a nice rally, right? Had a nice rally moving into the first couple of weeks of November, has basically sold off and has now been ranging. So we are hopefully reaccumulating at a higher level because this is previous resistance. It was resistance here. It was resistance here. All right, which led to kind of like our low-term low. We do want price to kind of hold this level. Otherwise, our next level of support is going to be down around, you know, here, 0.0014 to 0.0013, which is a decline of, you know, another 20%. So I do like Nero here. Nero here is pretty good. Short-term breakout of 0.0019 is even better. So that's probably the short-term signal I would watch for. Okay. You can see we have resistance here, kind of weaker resistance, and then this is our stronger resistance up here. Now, getting our EMAs back in, as you can see, we are consolidating underneath the 200 SMA, which in a bullish trend is usually the back of the truck up price. All right. So if you're bullish on Nero, this is the time, relatively tight in validation if we start closing below these lows, because this is your best opportunity to scoop up. Look what happened when Nero was below the 200 SMA here. Look what happened when Nero was below the 200 SMA here. It gave you the opportunity to enjoy this and buy the bottom. So we might have that next opportunity here. Also, Nero is down, about 46% from its previous high. So that's not bad. In a bull market, those are opportunities you look for. A lot of potentials here to be a little bit more conservative. Again, you can buy the breakout of about 0.019, or you can buy the breakout of 0.02. All right. And in both situations, I would be targeting a retest of this resistance level up here, about 0.027. Overall, Nero's pretty good. You got breakout opportunities, and you have buying the bottom opportunities right now. Oh, Bird. Sorry, man. I did not see you over on Rumble, my friend. Don't think I was ignoring you. Didn't he get canceled after speaking out against Bouvier in the UK, though? Yeah, so that's the other thing, man. Like, political motivations for all of this nonsense. Never late to the party. Sorry I didn't see you over there. We just have the YouTube chat and X chat popping, and I don't, Rumble doesn't support restream chat broadcasting, so I do have both pulled up, but I just didn't happen to see you there, man. Thanks for watching the stream, brother. All right, next chart request is going to be Sun for Nitin. Let's look at the daily. Well, big double top on Sun here. You guys can see just the same 200 SMA support. Big support down at 0.016. More immediate support is at 0.022. We're quite a ways away. Quite a pullback that we've had so far. This more looks like kind of more of a buyable pullback to me, though. I'm not going to lie. Seems like the selling pressure has kind of pulled back a little bit. Unfortunately, this is the very aggressive buy zone. Okay. So I wouldn't probably take too much risk with this one, although I do think TRX and TRX coins are going to pump right now. I'm seeing capital rotation into Tron. That's why I'm very bullish on Sundog. But from a TA perspective, this is a little bit riskier because the lucrative 4-hour buy zone is quite a ways down here. So, but then again, we also have like just fully backfilled. So, this is quite a pullback, right? And especially as, we kind of double topped to the previous top here. So a lot of individuals that bought here and here and here clearly took this opportunity to get out at break even, fortunately, and obviously to cash in profits from this consolidation. Not really bearish in any sense, but the buy zone is all the way down here at about 0.02578. So that is a bit of a ways down. It's about another 18 to 20% down. So if you are going to be buying Sun here, I would probably keep the risk relatively low and just be prepared to add on a pullback here. But again, a pump from here would be very aggressive. And then since this is its all-time high, since this is its all-time high, wow, bloop, bloop, bloop. Since this is its all-time high, we're going to have to go to concepts of blue sky breakout if we do actually pop up here higher, which we can visit once we get into that. Kind of neutral on Sun here. And then XCH, the Chia. 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 Yeah, so this is kind of like Kusama, E-Gold, things that are like down bigly or in a new time highs. You know, like, I don't really like to trade coins like this. I'm very speculative about coins like this, like meh, you know. But you know, like having said that, that doesn't mean that these coins don't pump. But just understand that these coins pumping are like scams, right? Like they're very, you know, they're targeted by like liquidity pools and dark pools and pump and dump groups and all of these kind of things and capital rotation. And they're not genuine pumps. Like Chia is not going to be a good like one of the top performers in 2025. Like, make no mistake, if it was going to be one of the top performers of 2025, it wouldn't have been like just brutally sold off into this. Looks like a VC coin, right? So just based on those merits, like this is not my preferred like thing to trade. But having said that, you know what I mean? We do have a 4-hour, or excuse me, we have a daily uptrend. Like we broke above the 200 SMA resistance on an initial like massive like pump. And then we've rallied back up to that kind of high water mark right there. Getting down to the 4-hour for a little bit more actionable information. Overall, we've maintained this 4-hour uptrend. We can see that the Guppy EMA and the 50 EMA have been supporting price very, very nicely. And the 10 EMA has been supporting us very, very nicely, continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. Overall, this is pretty good. If you wanted to be very aggressive, you could take the swing literally right now and look for a higher high price to maybe go up here like 37.36, or you could wait for a pullback down into the 4-hour buy zone somewhere around 29.15. But overall, Chia pumping nicely, again at resistance here, so we'll see if we're actually going to get a breakout, if we're going to get a pause. But yeah, kind of refer to what I said though, you know, like overall about like the previous thing. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, it is time to bring the stream to a close. That's the 2-hour watermark. I've got things to do. In fact, I have mentoring in 1 hour. Geez, and I got to eat lunch. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on today's stream. Members of the crypto trading group, we've got mentoring in 1 hour. We're going to be covering a lot. We're going to be covering strategies, indicator settings, setups, and my general views on the market. We're also, of course, going to cover all of our open positions. If you guys want to get in on the action, you guys can just take yourself to crackingcryptocurrency.com. First link in the description. You'll sign up. You'll get my alpha report every single morning, filled with all the details on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Doge, all the key levels, everything, intraday strategies for all those coins. And then also all of the other major assets that I'm rotating into that I have opinions on that I think are good feeds. My alpha chat, right? You can see last night I was like, Sundog looks ready to pump. I just put this is just my verbal where I'm just like, oh, okay, these things look like they're going to pump. And then you get access to our weekly meetup sessions. We're going to be having our mentoring session right here starting at 2 p.m. today, which is in 55 minutes. So that and much more, you'll get access to all of our courses. As I showed you earlier, there goes the light, 2-hour mark as expected. You get access to all of our courses. You will also get access to our premium indicator set on TradingView, much more. So first link in the description, cracking cryptocurrency, if you're interested in that. If you found value in today's content, geez, that's like some like haunted shit right there. Get away, be gone, Satan. If you found value in today's content, make sure to like and subscribe. Drop us a follow on Rumble and X at cracking_crypto, and let me know in the comment section down below, what coins are you guys scooping up? What opportunities do you see? And overall, where do you see the market in a week from now? Does Bitcoin pump up and break 100K, or are we going to be getting that Christmas massacre kind of Christmas pullback? Love to hear you guys' opinions. Don't forget to go sign up for our $2,000 prize pool Christmas trading season competition over at BYDFi. Second link in the description. You guys have been fantastic. Trade safely, keep your mind sharp, keep your body sharp, and focus on signal over noise. All right, don't do anything if it doesn't improve your life. If you can comment who's responsible for that quote, I will shout you out in tomorrow's video. We will be back tomorrow, same crypto time, same crypto network, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Trade safely.